Hello everyone, it's me again. I'm doing our second video, and I say our video because I really wanted to take you on this journey. If you're not familiar with what I'm doing or why I'm doing these videos, I've decided to be an organ transplant donor, specifically my kidney. And I thought this would be a great opportunity as I go through this process to inform you about why I'm doing this, how you may be able to do this, and hopefully inspire people to also do something similar. And as you can see, I'm literally pulled over in a parking lot. I was coming from a coffee shop where I just had an incredible conversation about kidney donation with someone that I'm hoping you all will meet and read about. Let me just tell you how amazing this was. So last night about 5, I was scrolling through my Facebook feed and I came across a story from the Dallas Morning News, and it was titled something like, after wife receives liver transplant, husband donates his kidney. And it was like this ultimate cool pay it forward type story. And you really have to read it. I'll post a link so that you can. But it follows the journey of this wife and husband. This wife who found out that she had a rare form of blood disease that then affected her liver. She had hours, I'm not kidding you, hours to live. And by the grace of God, got a liver just in the nick of time. Now, that liver came from a 15-year-old girl who died in a car accident. Goes on to explain how the husband, whose name is Reed, used that as inspiration to donate his own kidney to his friend. In addition, the reason that Reed donated his kidney was because of his strong faith and felt called and convicted to do that. And as I'm reading this, I'm thinking, man, there are a lot of similarities with just some things that have gone on in my life, some of the reasons that I want to donate. And I said, I need to talk to this guy. So I go on Facebook, I find this guy, and I see that we have 2 mutual friends. I send him a friend request, but I also send him a message, and I say, Reed, this is gonna seem really odd, but I'm reaching out to you. I don't even really know why I'm reaching out to you. I read your story in the Dallas Morning News. I'm going through the same process of donating my kidney, and I just felt like we should connect. Within 30 minutes, he gets back to me and says, man, I would love to connect. I'd love to talk with you. Within 2 minutes of that conversation, we set up a coffee date for this morning, Saturday. And within 12 hours, we're having coffee, talking about kidney donation, learning about his story, learning about what I might be hopefully going through as I get further on this process, and just being truly inspired and blown away by his sacrifice, by what he's been inspired to do. Now listen, Reed was a kidney donor 11 days ago. He donated his kidney, and he's up and walking and talking and meeting me for coffee. It was really neat. He told me what I could expect, some of the timeline that he went through, how that might be the same or different with my timeline. And here's one thing that I found really interesting. He said that during the process, when they do your blood, which is what I just went through, they're looking for like 6 different, I think, antibody markers. You, as a donor and the recipient, can have 0 of the 6 and you could still be a donor. They like to have something like 3 of those 6, but it also just depends on how long the recipient is expected to live, if they may need another transplant in the future. And so it was encouraging in the sense that, I think the term perfect match is thrown out a lot, and that's what I was expecting to be, is only donated if I'm a perfect match. But what Reed said is that you can be a non-perfect match and still donate. So that gives me a lot of hope that even if everything isn't perfect in my body, even if everything isn't perfect in the recipient's body, that I can still donate to her. The other thing I got to do is talk with Reed about why he did it and to hear him talk about his faith is inspiring. I know that my faith is informing this decision, but to hear his reasoning and the way that he articulated it blew me away. And I hope that I could be, half the man that Reed is. I'm also hoping to have Reed on the podcast to talk about his and his wife's decision. They've written a book together called Delivered, which I think, if you love puns like me, is amazing, because his wife had a liver transplant. So we'll talk about his book. You can go look at it, and I'll be continuing to do more little videos like this. But I had to do this next video, literally pull over and record this, because I was so inspired by Reed and his wife Lisa's story. So thanks, guys. I will talk to you soon.